Hello! My name's Gareth and welcome to Fat Pigeon Reviews. Now today we're taking a look at this, the Arcam SA30 Integrated Amplifier. Now it's integrated because it's got so much integrated into it. It's got the DAC built into it, a Sabre DAC. It's got Google Cast within it. It's a Class G amplifier, so it's got impeccable sound and fantastic efficiency. It's got 120 watts into 8 ohms. It's got 220 watts into 4 ohms. It's capable of running a variety of different speakers, a large variety of different speakers, through the 4 to the 8 ohms. It will run them with ease. With the Google Cast built into this, for the streaming side of it, it was one of the most simple ways to set it up that I've seen on amplifiers. There's no, I think there is an application, but I just went straight into it via the Ethernet cable. So I plugged it in, plugged the power in, plugged the Ethernet port in the back, straight to Tidal, clicked on Tidal, what do you want to connect to? And I connected straight to the SA30. No hassle, no messing around. It was straight there on the phone within the Tidal app. It's also Wi-Fi. It has a Wi-Fi antenna on the back, which is in the box. You can screw that in. It has Google Cast, like I say. It has Apple AirPlay 2, it has UPnP streaming, it has 5 analog inputs in the back, CD, PVR, STB. Out of those 5 analog inputs on the back, it has 2 dedicated for a turntable, an a moving magnet phono, and a MC, a moving coil phono, which I've not seen before. So you've got the option, you don't have to go and buy a separate phono stage if you've got a moving magnet or a moving coil. It's got both built right into the amplifier, or should I say, integrated within the amplifier. It has 4 digital inputs also. It has SAT, game, AV and BD. 2 of them are optical and 2 of them are coaxial. Has a USB on the back for a USB stick. So you've got your own FLAC files, MP3 files, your own personal music from your PC. You can plug straight into the back and it will come up on the display. Now, I'll get back to the display because I do quite like the display. There is no album artwork on there, but it does scroll through the screen with what you're playing, what album it is, and from what streaming provider you're playing it through. Has an eARC HDMI in the back also, so you can run from your TV straight into the back of the amp, and then obviously your TV sound comes through your speakers. Now with the Google Cast, this has got the Sabre chip in it. Like I say, I'll put some information up on the actual Sabre chip, some specifications for you, but it's capable of running the highest quality on Tidal, which is the MQA. It's a 32-bit DAC, so sound quality wise through that MQA is it's very nice. For the PC input on the back, so you can have room correctional facilities. So if you get certain software on your PC, you can plug this into the back of your PC and you will then be able to do a room correction software, I think with microphones and things like that, so it sets it up to tailor it to sound its best for the room that you have. The build quality, it's rugged, it's heavy. My God, it's super heavy. Right hand side where the actual coil is super heavy, it's robust, it's got fantastic tactile clicky buttons on the front. The power button is a big solid clicky button. It's on, you know it's on, you click it again, it's off and it pops back out. Fantastic. I don't like these feather touch sort of on off buttons, you don't really know if they're on or off. This one, it's a big silver button, you push it and it's on. So for the front of the machine, you have your volume knob, your large volume knob there. So you've got all these lovely little increments. You have your 3.5mm headphone input. You have a 3.5mm aux input. Now on your first button, you've got your menu system here. Then you've got your backwards and your forwards, your plus and your minus for your inputs. So you can go cycle through your inputs. You've got your direct connection button for when you've plugged it into the PC to get it into that setup mode. You have mute, you have your information, which is your on-screen information. You have direct, so you don't use your balance controls or anything like that. It's just direct straight through the amplifier. Yeah, and you have your display brightness and obviously your balance there on the end. And again, the big button, the on-off power button. Now I've had this for a few days. I've borrowed this from Audio Lounge Leicester. I want to say thank you to Audio Lounge Leicester for lending this to me for the review. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out any more of their products, and this one of course as well. For sound quality, the control this has over the music is phenomenal. It's like a conveyor belt for me. I don't know why. It's just like I picture this in my head that there's a conveyor belt running through like in a factory, a production line, and the first part of the production line is it's detail. There's boxes and boxes of detail everywhere, and it's literally this Arcam is picking out the detail, the finest detail, the best detail, the most precise detail, and it's putting it on the belt. Then you move to the next section of the belt, and it's for your mid-range, and it's rich and it's pure, and it's putting them on the belt. So for the bass, it's picking out the control, and it's putting it on the belt, and it's picking out the tightness and the responsiveness and the speed of it and the agility of it, and it's putting it all on this belt again, and it's moving through. And it comes to the separation section, and it tees off into another. This conveyor belt tees off, and it sends it through the separation, and it's picking out instruments, and it's separating them. It's putting them on the belt, and then it separates them. It separates them, and then it goes through the final stage of this conveyor. Then, and this music comes out that's been sorted and controlled by this Arcam in such a way that your eyes light up and you think, wow, this is the highest end amp I've tested, and it shines through with like I say, the control, how this controls every aspect of what's going on within your music that you're streaming through it, or the CD you've got through it, or Wi-Fi, whatever you've got put through this, and the way it just grabs a hold of everything, all the detail, the bass, the mid-range, and throws it all out at you in such a way that puts a smile on your face. I'm trying to, with the conveyor thing, I'm trying to put into words that, it's picking out all this detail, it's smoothing off the edges, and it's rounding everything off beautifully for the vocals. And you can hear everything that I wanted to hear within that track. I've heard the track 1,000 times, but you just get a little bit more out of that track with this amplifier. You get a little bit, not necessarily lower end, but it's a nicer, more pleasant bass that's like, I haven't got any test equipment. I didn't go into the Dirac system for room correction. I've just had it standard out the box, plugged in via the Ethernet cable, and I've been streaming through it. And again, it's one of those amplifiers that just sort of draws you in, and nothing else matters. You're just listening to the music, and I love that about certain amplifiers. Not all amplifiers can do that, but it's sort of draws you. I've put a few different speakers through it. I've got the I've got the Fine Audio F500 SPs at the moment. I've got my own F500s also. I'm actually doing a review soon of the 500 SPs, and it just made them come alive, the SPs. Some of the sound for me on certain speakers and on certain tracks was a bit colourful, a little bit colourful in the mid-range sometimes, but it wasn't a bad thing. It sort of added something. It sort of it amplified, funnily enough, it amplified this sort of sound texture, the vocals were just more and more present, more forward on the speakers than the other amps I've tried. It brought it all alive for you. It sort of like shifted it all forward into the room with you. Let me summarise. It's a fantastic amplifier. Now at this price point, I think it's £2,000 now. Like I say, I'll leave a link below for Audio Lounge Leicester. With the screen is fantastic. It doesn't show you the album artwork, which is a little bit of a shame. I thought maybe, I know they're not going for that sort of visual look on the front, it's all about the sound quality, but I do like to see a bit of album artwork, but obviously, unfortunately this one doesn't. But it does show you the information that you need, the album itself, the artist who's singing it, also the Spotify or Tidal, your music streamer provider. It has a nice startup sequence. You can hear it all whirring inside and humming, and it clicks into place. And it has the Arcam SA30 come up on the screen and flash from side to side, which was just a nice startup. It doesn't just turn on, turn off. It's just a nice little touch. The simple things make me happy. The Fine Audio F500 SPs, and it's sort of, like I say, it brought them to life a bit more than the other amplifiers I've tried. It was just it's a nice experience It's not just sitting and listening, it's like more of an experience. It does that little bit more to your speakers. I say a little bit more, it does quite a lot more to your speakers. It's fascinating how far we've come in the world. Like I say, I'm new to the YouTube channel. I've always had amplifiers and things, not of this sort of price point. I can never afford them. Again, thanks to Audio Lounge Leicester for lending this to me. But I'm sort of learning along the way of how these sort of perform the more money you spend. It's just a new world for me, and it's a very exciting one, and hopefully you're enjoying the videos. Hopefully you're coming along for the journey with me and you're learning with me. That's all I wanted, was to sort of, at the moment I've got a small portfolio of about 20 videos, but the more and more I put on, the more and more stuff I can get hold of and to review, the more and more experience I'll get. I'll put some specifications up for you if I've missed anything. I've just been spending all my time listening to this. I do a bit of research, I do some research to find out, like I say, with all the specifications and things like that. But I've just found myself drawn to it and just turning it on and just listening. The best thing for you to do is go and have a listen. Go to a stereo shop somewhere. Take your speakers with you, your own speakers, and just have a listen to the amplifier to get this sort of enthusiasm that I have. Hopefully you get as excited as I do, but it's well worth a listen. Like I say, with the price point, the value for money, that sort of thing, it's £2,000, but it's just well built. It's worth £2,000 of what this could achieve, how this performs and outperforms every other amplifier I've ever tried in the house, within this living room. I think I've expressed myself enough. I do apologise if the visualisation of the conveyor belt wasn't to your liking, but that's just how it came across, just how I was trying to get, it's picking out this. Anyway, I've done it once already. So I just want to say a big thank you for watching the video, and especially if you watched it till the end to here. Yay! Woohoo! You made it to the end. And also, like I say, a big thank you to Audio Lounge Leicester for lending me the amplifier.